Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. Well, it came to my attention that this video that I had done drawing on a canvas bag was kind of too low, and it may have led to misunderstandings and things like that. So I'm going to go over it again without the music. So and I'm going to show you all the products that I used and step by step, and I'll take you over the course of 3 days the end result. First off, you got to make sure that you have a canvas bag. You want a bag that's going to be sturdy enough to withstand washings, you know, if you decide to wash it, if you have to wash it. And this right here is the type of canvas bag that I would buy. This is from Create Out Loud. I bought this from Walmart, and I've also bought it from Michaels. I bought like this particular kind from Michaels, and they do withstand washing. They will hold up in a wash. They will not fall apart on you, and they survived this technique. Also, what I used was Podge, and it comes in a couple different types depending on how you want the end result to look. It goes on white, it dries clear, but it clearly takes 3 days for this stuff to cure. So you got to hold your horses once you've applied this stuff. Once you put it on, you're going to think that it's ruining your stuff. Just hold up, you know, let it dry, give it its 3 days to do its job. Okay. Once it dries, it'll be stiff, because what you're going to do is you're going to coat the crap out of this thing. You're going to use a whatever you decide to apply it with. One of the things that I used was one of these sponge brushes, and make sure you wash it really well after you're done with it, or else it'll get stiff and you can't reuse it. Because the stuff is a sealant. It covers something, and this stuff is not going to come out. It also, I don't use it as often on t-shirts because it does get stiff. I mean really crazy stiff. I mean it'll take several washes for this stuff to kind of loosen up a bit. So that's why I pretty much use it on bags. But let me go ahead and get started. I've got my pencils next to me, and these are the pencils I'm going to use. They are charcoal pencils from Generals. This one is a Prismacolor pencil. They're all graphite pencils. This one's charcoal. Let's see. This is the sponge brush that I'm going to use to coat the finished image. And then I'll come back after 3 days and show you what it looks like before it gets washed. And when I say that it's getting washed, I'm washing it at a laundromat, you know, and when it comes out of the washer, it looks like a nightmare. It looks horrid. But don't despair. Toss it in a dryer, and once you're done with that, when you pull it out, the Mod Podge will kind of like stick together. Once you pull it out, it will be your image. So let me go ahead and get started. So I'm taking one of those bags out, and I'm using one of my embroidery hoops, and this helps me to keep it in one place. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Now I am using an HB pencil, and I'm going to do a little portrait, and I'm just going to go nuts using all my like supplies to just throw an image on here. Okay, and that just to show that what it's capable of.
If you're thinking about leaving, let me know. If you're thinking that you don't wanna hurt me, coward, I'm getting bored. 'Cause I can find another, so don't hold me back. You're not allowed to spend my time, 'cause that is what you came here for. Oh, this is what we gonna do. You never come you could do me like that. All up to you. Give me some space, I don't care what you do. My body too. 'Cause I'm going out tonight. I'm leave it all behind. I'm gonna leave it all, yeah. I won't let him get into my mind. No, he thinks he can, 'cause he's a man, but he is just a boy. No, won't let it steal away my shine now. I know you're thinking about me from time to time. Before you do anything stupid, think before you speak your mind. 'Cause I am on a roll, yeah, so don't hold me back. You're not allowed to spend my time, 'cause that is what you came here for, right? Oh, yeah. This is what we gonna do. Oh, you never come clean and you never come through, yeah. And don't come back. Oh, you're looking so surprised, like you could do me like that. All up to you. Oh, give me some space, I don't care what you do. My body too. 'Cause I'm going out tonight. Leave it all behind. I'm gonna leave it all behind. I won't let him get into my mind, no, yeah. He thinks he can, he's a man. Oh, won't let it steal away my shine now. Get up and try again. Oh, I won't let him get into my mind now. Oh, he thinks he can, 'cause he's a man, but he is just a boy. Won't let it steal away my shine now. Get up and try again. I get up and try. I get up and try again, yeah. Oh, get up and try. Get up and try again.
Alrighty, so I'm finishing this up, and I'm about to coat it with Mod Podge. Alrighty, so now that I've done that, I've got some really old Mod Podge here. This is that gloss. Now, where I went wrong on this one, and I should have caught this at the beginning, that you need to smooth it out. I mean, take off any of the excess, because you see all those little streaks that I have there? It's going to bite me in the butt later on. So, especially when it dries. When it dries, it'll have ridges and things like that in it. To avoid that, just smooth it. Smooth those ridges out, get it all kind of uniform as best you can. Unless you want to try to get that raised texture. That'll definitely do it. With this Mod Podge being old, it definitely had some chunks and things like that in it. So that kind of fouled up this experiment a bit. So next time I'll try to do it with fresh Mod Podge. So I'm basically taking it off the hoop. And see where I have all those ridges and stuff? I should have smoothed that out. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, huh? Well, on to the next part. The next time you'll see this, it'll be dry, as well as my process of putting it in the washer. Here we go. Put up or shut up time. This is my one right here, tossing it in the wash. And then the other one that I'm doing, you saw it covered with Mod Podge. It's waited at least 5 days because this is as soon as I could get to a washer. This is it. I just turned it inside out. Okay? And I am putting it in the wash. All right? This is a regular wash. Okay? And I will just be washing it like I would my regular clothes. Okay? and then I'll pull it out and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright, here is the product. I'm pulling it out of the washer, kind of shaking it out a little bit, and it's damp. I'm turning it inside out. I apologize for these terrible camera angles. And so right here I'm taking the one that I turned inside out and I'm turning it around so you can see the horror that what it looks like when it's wet. It looks washed out. It looks like hell. Those lines in there, they're wrinkles, and I should have paid, like I said, I should have smoothed out the Mod Podge. So I can't stand behind what happened, but like I said, I should have. That one I did. I did a good job. That is the finished product, but it's wet. It's my little Valkyrie chick, and Mod Podge did its job. It's not smearing or anything like that. It's my original pencils. I can always go back over it with markers. Now here's me tossing it into the first dryer. And then I realized, oh crap, I put all my quarters in the other dryer, so I'll probably have another video where I'm putting it in the right dryer. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I toss it in with the rest of my drawers and my sheets and stuff like that. Okay, now here is the thing coming out. And like I said, when it gets hot, it folds in on itself. So here I am trying to pull it apart. I had to set it down to pull it apart, but the wrinkles would come out eventually. Right at this point, it was still kind of sorry about the big black. I had to put my phone down, but here it is, pulled apart. So the artwork is there. The Mod Podge did its job. It's not smearing, and it's just wrinkled. It just needs to be ironed. It did not fall apart. In some of the places where I had Mod Podge pooling, it kind of, it kind of grabbed itself. So like there's a little ding on her right above her eyebrow. But other than that, it's perfect. It's exactly how I had drawn it, and it's there. It just needs to be ironed. It needs to be ironed out. But yeah, and then the other one, it looked a little lighter than it was before. But other than that, that was just with one coat. So just go ahead and try this and see what works best for you, whether it be one coat or two coats, or just don't wash it. But it can be washed, and it's washable, and that's my product. I think what I would do is use, instead of just using the graphite, I would just use fabric markers and stuff like that. But, in that instance where you want to have your original pencils on there, definitely try this. And, your first experiment or two, make sure you have fresh Mod Podge. Don't go the route that I did. My Mod Podge had chunks in it, and just, I don't know what was in it, but that is it. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a happy holiday. Take care. Bye-bye.